One of my favorite pet peeves is the misuse of the word free. The reason that it is a pet peeve is that, although I'm not a cheapskate, when someone says they're giving me a gift, my credit card should not be required. The reason that it is my favorite peeve is that it gives me plenty to write about because free is probably the most inaccurately used word on the internet. Giving the most inaccurate thing on the net award to anything means beating out a lot of competition, and the misuse of the word free does that for me. The other day, I was asked to fill out a survey for my internet provider. I was enticed to do this because I had a few bones to pick, and the survey promised to help me inform them what they were doing to annoy me. I couldn't point out all of their shortcomings. After all, my birthday was coming up, and I wanted to be done with the task in time to celebrate. One of the things they do that honks me off is send me a survey to fill out every time I call their tech department, which is much more frequently than I would like. The survey participants were offered gifts worth up to $100. There was nothing on the list of gifts that I especially wanted, so I didn't bite. However, what really stopped me was the shipping charges, which were set out below each item. What puzzles and annoys me is this: if you can afford to give me 100 gifts, why can't you also afford to spring for the $3 to $6,000 in shipping charges as well? This question is even more vexing when you begged me to fill out your darn survey because it would help improve our services if I did. Well, I did my bit. I told you what I liked and didn't like about the service, and even wrote an educational essay in the comments section because I am such an upstanding citizen and good sport. If the gifts had been revealed to me before I answered the questions, I would have been glad to define free for them as well, since they were so obviously challenged in that regard. However, they must do without my sparkling wisdom, because they were smart enough to save the catch until it was too late for me to gripe about it. The takeaway from this experience is this: call it a good deal, or a wonderful opportunity, or just about anything you want that doesn't promise not to cost money. The only exception to this rule is if it doesn't cost money, shipping or otherwise. We all recognize advertising hyperbole and won't be offended if your offer doesn't end world hunger or cure cancer. If it is something useful for a discount price, brag about that. I, for one, will be more likely to buy your product if its benefits outweigh its cost. But I shouldn't have to pay anything for something I am supposed to receive for participating in a survey, which does take time and should be adequate to prompt the reward. After all, the promise was made on the condition I met, which, under contract law, entitles me to demand that they fulfill their end. When you say the word free, I expect to receive whatever it is for, drumroll please, free, and that means I won't have to pay for it.